Q&A, please join me in welcoming back Elizabeth Wood.
Cast and my producers and Simmons and Taylor, please come up. Thank you.
I apologize in advance. But I'm sorry. But it happens. But I'm okay.
All right. I guess my first question to start it off, and then I want to briefly open it up to the audience, is for you, Elizabeth. It's a simple question, but how did you come up with White Girl?
This is inspired by the story of my life.
What was the biggest challenge making this film?
I'd say 5 days a week before shooting, I was taken out by two of my lovely producers here, and they got a really nice bottle of wine, like 2 nights, and said, listen, we want to talk, but if you want to make this movie, you have to cut 30 pages tonight.
Really?
I was like, really? And I laid down on the sidewalk on Lafayette. I said, remind me that I wanted to do this. We stayed up all night. There's several more really nice bottles of wine, and we cut it. We made it. I'm glad we did it then. We would have had to do it later, so whatever.
Cool.
A good question from Morgan.
It was hard. It was hard. But of course I knew when I read the script what it was. It felt like, once I read it, like you had to commit. And as you can tell, I'm painfully overwhelmed right now. But I wanted to go all the way with the script and not like tell it in a sweet way. I watched a lot of movies. I went out in New York with friends who partied harder than I did and saw them in clubs and saw them dance and saw what that was like. I wrote a lot of weird, scary things in a little book that were about sex and drugs and going hard. And I just tried to be brave, really. It was scary, but just tried to go for it.
She went for it.
I'm curious, Morgan, what movies did you watch?
Last Tango in Paris was a big one. Kids is kind of an obvious answer that Killer produced a long time ago. But what else? I really did have like a list. Elizabeth gave me some, and I found movies about drugs and found movies about partying. But shit, I'm trying to think now. I was re-looking back at my notebook, and I would take notes on them all too. But even like Scorsese movies, like things that are about like really excess and that sort of thing.
Awesome. And Elizabeth, I'm curious, who are your influencers? Like, what filmmakers do you look up to and influence your work?
I say I like individual movies more than filmmakers
Yeah.
as a whole. They're just humans, right? But I think I'm mostly inspired by life, by stories of my life. I started out in documentary films I have lined up after this are based on stories from my life.
Cool. Any more questions from the audience? Yes.
Yes, I noticed growing up in this era being, I guess, her age at this time, it appeared to me to be like 95, 96, 1995. Is that when it was supposed to take place? The costumes were impeccable. And there were no cell phones, just wondering if that's what you were going for, like 95, 96.
That's interesting, 'cause I think 96 was a really great year. It's one of my favorite years. Right? Really great year. The idea is that it's a bit timeless. This time period was 2005, 2006, but we wanted to feel like it could happen now.
Okay.
Timeless. Forever.
Beautiful.
All right, we have time for one more question from the audience. No? All right. Hey, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you to the cast.